Welcome back to Brian Sells Words. I'm Brian. Today we're going to talk about mailing lists. What they are and how you can use them to improve your marketing message. So I will get to you guys after the jump. Before I get started, please bear with me. If you can't tell, my normally melodious voice has been stolen from me, completely against my will. It's been removed from me. I'm dealing with a cold. I've been trying my best to will this thing out of existence and not even acknowledge its presence, but it hammered me a couple of days ago, and I am really desperately trying to get over it. So if it sounds like I've been gargling with pieces of sandpaper, bear with me. I'm trying to get rid of this cold. So there's that. Mailing list. So when I say a mailing list, understand that I'm using the term kind of interchangeably with email list or your traditional snail mail list. In this specific instance, I think we're going to just use it for mailing lists, even though I will circle back and touch on how you can use regular mailing lists to really give your marketing a real boost. So with email lists are fantastic tools for businesses. It allows you to have a direct line, a direct channel to your clients. Email specifically has a really low barrier of entry. You really don't even have to, with traditional mail, you have to make sure that the envelope looks like it's something reputable. A lot of people use different tactics like sending everything first class and making everything have that really look like a sense of urgency or look like it's something important so that it gets in front of you and gets opened. Email, you can sidestep that by having good ad copy. When I say ad copy, that means words. By having good quality words in the subject line, so that it looks compelling. It looks like something that somebody wants to open. I'm going to do another ad copy video that talks about how to really use those LifeForce 8 things I talked about in a previous video. I'll link it up here. I'm still figuring that piece out. I'm gonna link it somewhere around here. But I do want you guys to go check out the LifeForce 8 video because it talks about some of the basics of good ad copy. But you want to have great ad copy in the subject line so that when somebody clicks on it, it looks like something compelling that somebody wants to open. So there's that. The power of a good mailing list, again, I said, gives you a direct line to your clients so that you can, if you have a new product coming out, if you're trying to inspire people to do referrals, and so you have a new referral program that you're running down, if you're trying to re-engage clients that haven't really done business with you in a while, any one of those, and there's a multitude of others. You can use email blast, email list, newsletter. Use your email list to send out an email blast or newsletter to that specific segment of your client base, and really get them invested and really get them involved. Specifically, what I'm doing for one of my businesses is I'm running Google Ads, interested traffic to a web page. And then I'm using a retargeting ad on Facebook so that when somebody logs on, anybody's been to my website is going to get served an ad in their Facebook feed relating to the product that I'm specifically trying to get them to respond to. And it's worked out pretty well. Now, how do you grow your mailing list? How do you get people to say, okay, you have enough good content, or you're an interesting enough person or you have an interesting enough or compelling enough offer that I am willing to provide you my email address so that you can send me marketing materials? Well, there's a lot of different ways you see it, and a lot of them you've probably experienced on Facebook through retargeting. Imagine that. If you've ever been online, especially if you're in the marketing industry. We're always looking for different solutions. We're always looking for new tools. So you're online, you're looking for a specific solution for a marketing problem. You go to the web, you find one, you Google some keywords, you find it. Okay? You go to the website, you check it out, You see articles related to that. You read a couple articles, you share them amongst your friends. And then when you next time you log on to Facebook, you're seeing ads. They have an ad on there that says free checklist, 7 specific ways to address a certain problem that you may have. Oh, that's a good checklist. I want to check that out. Click here, download. So you click there, it funnels you to a landing page. On that landing page, it asks for your email, asks for your phone number, asks for your address, telephone number, the whole nine, asks for all of that stuff. You put it in because you really want that downloadable thing, that downloadable article, so that it can help you with your business. So you put all the information in, sends you the link to the article. Within some businesses wait a day, others call you within 30 minutes. Some never call you, or they'll just email you, and you're in an email chain where they're sending you email after email after email about related products or that specific product, depending on what, depending on how you answered and what information you provided. What happened is you have subscribed to their mailing list. By downloading that product, you have opted into their mailing list. Now, from a business standpoint, you can do the same thing. Create a compelling article about something you know a lot about, that you're passionate about, that solves a very specific problem. You offer a free blah to whoever logs on, puts their information in, subscribes to your newsletter. For us, for the business I'm running the ads for, it's a free session. So you get your free session by putting your name on the mailing list. Now I have your name in our database of prospective clients, and I can send marketing materials that align specifically with that. Now, how do I do this? There's plenty of services out there that you can use to manage your mail. The thing I don't want you to do, the thing I'm telling you that you do not want to do, if you have like Outlook, and you have a bunch of names in your Outlook, you do not want to send emails directly from your Outlook. It is almost a guaranteed way for you to get blacklisted, and you'll start seeing really genuine business emails that you're sending to specific clients start hitting their spam folder because you've been blacklisted. You need to use one of these mass mailing services, and there's plenty of them out there. The one I'm a partner with, and I'll put a link below, so if you click the link, sign up with them, I get a little bit of a commission, but it gets you set up. The one I use is Constant Contact, but you can use any of them. There's MailChimp, Aweber, all kinds out there that you can utilize, and they all pretty much do the same things. They have different automation features, so some of them will let you send an email. If people don't open it, it'll resend the email to them. It'll track different numbers, integrates with different services. So if you have a payment processor and you're doing business that way, you can do one thing. If you have a CRM that keeps track of all your client data, they integrate with different CRMs. So you really kind of shop around and see what's out there. I like Constant Contact because the interface is great for me, for my purposes. They give plenty of templates. You get a nice long trial. 60 days is a pretty decent trial to try something out. And so you get a lot for what you're getting a lot for what you put into it. And so I enjoy Constant Contact, but that's just my personal thing. You can use any of them. The thing is, I forbid you from using Outlook to send out email blasts or newsletters. It is a surefire way to get sent to somebody's spam folder. You use one of these email clients, a lot of times, or pretty much everyone that I've used, I don't want to say it's across the board, but pretty much everyone that I've used, and I've used a lot of them, have a button where somebody could opt out of mailings. And as long as it's presented boldly, where people can see it, they can opt out. They're removed from the mailing list. You don't have to worry about getting sent to somebody's spam folder. That is not what you want. You get sent to enough spam folders, you end up getting blacklisted with your internet service provider, and every email that you send ends up going straight to somebody's spam folder. I'd rather be dropped in the trash than go to somebody's spam folder. That's just the real. Anyway, I forbid you from using your own email client. Now, for business emails, from you have a client or two that you're sending invoices to, or you want to send a message to a very one or two people, knock yourself out. I wouldn't use Constant Contact for that. I would use like Gmail or something. But you really don't want to be using Gmail, Outlook to send, or Hotmail or whatever you're using. You don't want to use those to send out email blast to everybody. Anyway, the power of the mailing list. Now, this is the thing that makes a mail list very powerful. And I'll circle around to snail mail. I haven't dabbled in it much, but I know a little bit about a little bit. So that's what I'll share with you. The power of these lists is, again, I said, direct line to your clients. So if something changed with your business status, you have a big sale coming up, you have a very quick way to get your message in front of a lot of people. And you can segment those lists so that you can say, I want this email to go to this specific group. I want this email to go to this specific group. And you can really change it around and say, okay, you can really tailor your message to your audience to get the response that you want from them. So that's what the power is. I've heard stories about people that, they have storefronts or whatnot. Maybe it's not a business that really always lends itself to an email or some kind of mailing list, but they do one anyway for new products. Maybe they have a preferred members club for different products. I'm thinking like, a store, some kind of food service, coffee shop, whatever. If you don't have that and you have a major, your store burns down or you got to move, how are you going to reach those people that were loyal clients? You're going to have to go back and figure out how to get all new clients. That's not a position that I want any business owner to be in. It's not an enviable position. And so having a mailing list allows you to not have to always, whenever you have a big change in your business, go find new clients. When you roll out a new product, you don't have to go out and find new clients every single time. You can market to the people that already do business with you. That is a very powerful marketing thing. It allows you to punch up your direct response marketing. Allows you to get people to raise their hand and self-select for offers that you present to them so that you can understand, okay, these are the people that are most likely to buy, so this is how I need to tailor my message to sell to them, period. You need to have some kind of mailing list. You have to have some kind of database of your clients that you can reach into and send marketing messages to. Referral programs, if you have a new referral program that you're saying, hey, our top referrers get entered in a sweepstakes for blah, 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 there's no faster way than sending everybody an email blast to let people know that that thing exists. So that's the importance and the power of a mailing list. Now, we're going to switch to snail mail. And like I said, I am not too proficient in it. I'm still learning it. So if I'm wrong about some stuff, hey, I'm still learning it too, and I will do a video to correct whatever I'm wrong about. But from what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing with snail mail, it is a very potent way. No media ever really goes away. No form of media or communication ever really goes away, and people are still making millions and millions and millions of dollars with traditional mail. Whether they send a postcard, talk about a new service, postcard with a toll-free number that people can call for a free report, sign up here for this, you have some kind of offer that they only can redeem by responding to your postcard that comes to them. There's a lot of different things at play there. So, using snail mail is a powerful and proven way. And there are certain people that the only thing they'll respond to is mail that comes to their house. So if you have the capital for it and you have a good list of people and you have their addresses, I would use if you have a new product coming out and you want to get a wide group of people, using a mix of the old school snail mail with the new school email can really be a powerful combination so that you can capture all the people that are likely to buy that product. Plus, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do testing of different offers. I know, one specific one, and this wasn't a mailing. hindsight, it's going to be a future mailing. But we had a situation where we could pass out flyers, so I did 2 different types of flyers, and there was a different way to respond. On one set had our email, the other set had a phone number, and we could kind of test out and see which ones responded better in that specific venue. You can do that with your email. You can do it with your snail mail. So you can test out different marketing ideas to really fine tune your audience. So the last piece I want to talk about is the power of the newsletter. A newsletter that is engaging, that tells people specifically about your business, that speaks to your audience, that addresses what's on their mind as opposed to just what's going on in your industry, is a very powerful tool to keep a crowd engaged. If you send out, Dan Kennedy mentioned this, if you send out enough poorly articulated, poorly thought out messaging to your clients, eventually they're going to stop following you. They're going to stop paying attention to you. And it leaks over to your business. If they're not paying attention to you, you don't come to mind when they're looking for services. So, for a newsletter, a good newsletter talks about your clients, talks about what's going on with your business. It can have some offers in it. It could talk about new products that they may be interested in. The thing I'm moving into, specifically when we get the capital to start doing printed newsletters to people, start putting brain teasers in there, things that are gonna make those things have staying power, especially the printed ones. You want that newsletter to stay in somebody's house. If they have a brain teaser, crossword puzzle, recipe, checklist, something that somebody can use more than once, it forces them to interact with that newsletter, and it stays in their house. They get 2 or 3 of them. Next thing you know, you're the thing that's on their mind when it comes to specific service. So having newsletters that have good staying power is a really important thing. I'm losing a little bit of light here, so I'm going to wrap this up. Mailing lists are fantastic marketing tools that you want to have. You want to cultivate them. You want to have them running on your business. I'm telling you right now, corporations, companies pay millions for mailing lists. They pay millions for mailing lists. There's a good reason for that. A mailing list in the right hands is a very, very, very potent, powerful tool. But you have to know how to engage with your audience. You got to make sure that when you're creating stuff like newsletters, it's relevant to your audience. You got to make sure that your offers are good. You got to make sure your links work. You definitely got to make sure your links work. You got to make sure that the offers you're giving to the audience have a tremendous value. So you might have more value a lot of times than you're always comfortable giving to everybody. But I guarantee you, if you have a good value in those letters, in those mailings, whether it's email or regular mail, if you have a good, solid offer, you're going to start seeing people respond to it. And if people aren't responding to the offer, then you might have to take it back to the drawing board and tweak some things. So it might tell you something about your business. If you're constantly on top of your newsletters and you're constantly sending out good, high quality, well thought out, well-intentioned content, and people aren't responding to it, you may need to tweak your message or maybe tweak your offer a little bit. Very powerful tool. Like I said, companies are paying millions. There's a reason why your Facebooks, Googles, LinkedIn's, they all want your email address. If you could put 2 and 2 together, they utilize those emails to send you marketing materials. And in some cases, they may aggregate that information for interested parties who have paid for the access. And that's what I'll leave it at, because I don't want this video to go away. So, long story short, if you don't have an email list, if you don't have a mailing list, get you one, because you're going to want it to grow your business. I'm Brian. This is Brian Sells Words. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment to let me know if this video has been beneficial to you. Leave a comment telling me how you utilize mailing businesses or mailing lists, or how you would like to utilize them in your business. And I am available for consultations. I'm trying to get up the capacity to do over the phone online consultations, but I'm willing to do email consultations and set up a Hangout or a Zoom call so we could sit down and talk, and maybe give you some pointers. Of course, I'm a consultant, so there is going to be some kind of charge to it. I haven't really mapped out the service all the way, but reach out to me and we can talk that piece out. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment talking about how you're utilizing mailing lists or how you wish to utilize them. And check out the other videos. Again, go check out the video about the Life Force 8 so that you can learn how to write these things. I will holler at you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Peace.